earGROUND Radio. New voices amplified.
Welcome to your ground, and my name is none other than King Boaz is in the mix. But today I have a queen. She's not only a queen, but she is the queen of hip hop in Zimbabwe, and she's from Midlands, Ekwekwe, and her name is Fresh. You looking fresh? How you doing, Fresh?
Hey, what's up?
I'm good, thanks. I'm good, thanks. Yeah, what's
I'm so
happening?
excited. Nah, nothing much. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for having me on your show.
Yeah. I remember from a previous
I'm sorry.
Sandokuna moms. I wonder why
Yeah.
everybody sings these songs for mothers and not for fathers. But Sandokuna moms, yeah. What did you say by the way? What did you say by the way? Sandokuna moms, your female champs bond, your hero, and a marvel. Yakuti ukaiona unoti mwaliona. That was top. That was top. Yeah. So maybe from our previous interview, it didn't go quite well because we had to deal with copyright issues and stuff like that. So we hope that we avoid them this time. So and maybe because of that, maybe where we can start by the fact, how did you get into music? How did you decide to do music? Because I understand you pursued a degree in
Yes,
something to do with environment, I think. Um,
yes, geography, environmental science.
right. But then still doing music on a large scale. What inspired you to start off where you began and say, I think music might be something that I might want to pursue?
Well, I grew up in a family that loves music. So the whole family loves music, and I loved music, but I'm the only one who came out to make music, to record, write, and stuff like that. So as I grew listening to other music, I got to sing other people's music, and I got to rap other people's rap songs. And I
Yeah.
was inspired by Nicki. I grew up listening to Nicki and DJ Knight. And DJ Knight was the first sing hip hop MC that I listened to, and I was like, wow, we have female rappers that can rap in Zimbabwe. So that's when I was like, but I usually rap Nicki songs, so I can actually rap. Then I started writing my own songs, but it was through the other guys who discovered me, and they called me out to join their clique. It was called the Media Squad. So that's when I recorded my first track titled "My Time" with those guys in that
Oh,
clique. Before I went solo, when I like had discovered that no, I can actually do this by myself, then that's how it all started.
yeah, all right. Usually there isn't much support from a family level point of view or a community level when you're an artist. People usually have all these texts around people that pursue music. How have you managed to deal with this, or how have you managed to convince your mom to say, like, "Mom, please stand by me. This is what something I want to do." Yes, you paid your fees at university. I have a degree and whatnot, but I still
Yeah.
want to do this.
Well, it was hard. I don't want to lie, especially when it comes to my mom. You know, I'm the only girl in my family, and I knew she had very, very, very high expectations for me. So I was scared at first to tell her. I think I told her in 2015 when I just 2013 when I just finished my 8 level. All along I was doing music, but I didn't tell her. I would sneak out or maybe tell her that I'm going someone else because I didn't want to tell her that I'm doing music. I didn't want to reach a point where she was going to tell me, Sienna needs your music, you need to focus on school. So I was too scared to tell. I only got to tell her this at the time when I was supposed to have an interview on ZBC TV with
Yeah.
Prometheus. So I knew one way or the other she was going to find out. So that's when I was like, Mom, I'm going to Harare. I have an interview on ZBC. I sing, I rap, and she was like, okay. But she didn't believe me. Then after she saw me on TV and when other teachers were telling her to work, that's when she got to believe that so my daughter can actually sing. So that's how it all started. So from the time I finished my A level to the time I finished my degree, she knew that I'm into music. But I assured her that I would mix both, but I was 100% committed. I was 90% committed to my schoolwork.
All right.
So that's why I was only low key, and that's why last year I kind of blew up because I was now focusing more on music because I had just graduated the previous year. So yeah, that's how it all happened.
All right. Then we move on to EP, the hip hop EP, the old one, where you get to the Sando, Merit, and then all the other tracks. What was the
Okay,
inspiration? What was the inspiration on that EP? 7 track. I remember it's a 7 track EP. What was the inspiration of that one?
it's an 8 track EP.
8 track. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It was just as close to be an album. Well, this was my first. This was my debut project. Like I said, I've been in school, and 2019 I just came full in to do music. So Muzambangwena was like an introduction of who Freshy is and everything about Freshy. So maybe I should just start from the title. Muzambangwena is derived from a tree titled Musambangwena.
All right.
Musambangwena. This tree is very resilient. It's strong. It's very special. It has this biblical connotations to it. People say that it always stands strong no matter what, the heavy rains, the hot conditions and whatever. So it kind of resembles my life, like what I've been through, my successes, my failures, my relationships, dreams, and everything. So this was
Oh,
me telling people that I am Musambangwena, just like the Musambangwena tree, because I managed to um, achieved this and that, I felt this and that, and I've been heartbroken, and props to my mom being raised by a single mom, blah, 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 blah. So this was like an introduction of who Freshie is and what she's all about.
all right. Yeah, nice. You actually touched many themes on your
Yes.
on your EP. Maybe let's talk about the song Sando Kunamai.
Yes.
Why did you feel it's important for you to dedicate a song to your mom and put the lyrics
Okay.
that make that song beautiful as it is?
Well, like I said, I was raised by a single mom, and I know it hasn't been easy. So it was easy for me to pour out my heart and write on something that I went through, that I experienced. So it was easy because I was writing from the heart, and I knew it was going to touch someone else because I know there are a lot of people out there who were raised by single moms and they know how hard it is. So it was me like pouring my heart out to my mom and also trying to touch other people's hearts and making them relate to the song.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. And then there's maybe you can talk about one more track from the Mzamagwena album. Let's talk about Tamba Yo, which features Tanje. What's the song about? What is the inspiration on Tamba Yo?
Okay, so like I said, this album touched all aspects of my life. So Tambayoyo was just like, okay, I know things are tough in this country, but we're just used to what's there. At some point, we need to adjust. We need to adapt to whatever is going on. So Tambayoyo is more like to which I equal like we just going with the flow. We can do this, we can adjust to this, to this. So we know there's stress, we know the economy, we know we have stresses school assignments and whatever, but we pulled through because time would time by already. So that was the inspiration, and I knew I just admired Tatinda nice songs, and I knew she was going to add the dope voice to that and put the kind of vibe that I needed on it. So that's why we came about with this, and it was kind of special for me because I didn't want it to be just like other tracks that most girls do. You know, girls always sing about being a boss, being saucy, and whatever like that. So for me, it was like I want that track that if people walk in the club, they'll be like, "There's a girl singing about booze, Rema booze, and stuff like that." So I just wanted to be unique.
Okay. Yeah. And then still looking at the album, how was the reception? Looking at where you wanted it to go and what it did. When you're reflecting on that, would you say you managed to push it as far as you wanted to? Was it received as you wanted it to be received?
Yes, I was actually surprised, especially when it comes to selling the album. For me, I just wanted to release the album for free, but then I had this listening session where I called in most relevant people, bloggers, the plot markers were there, journalists, bloggers, and stuff like that. And they were like, "No, you're not going to push this album for free, you need to sell it." So I was like, "Eh? This is my first album. Some people don't even know Fresh. Are people going to buy that?" But I sold more than 20 copies, and I was, okay, I'm sorry about that. And I was so surprised that people were actually buying. And online, the response was very well because I really put in my all, like from the photo shoots, from the album cover, from the outfits, from everything. I put in work and people really loved it.
All right. Yeah. And then enough about Mzamangwena. Maybe when we come to you as a female artist in the industry, how has it been for you? As an most females cry about it being challenging. What are some of the challenges that you find? Uh, what you encounter as a female artist in the industry?
Uh, Frankly speaking, I think everything changed when I got to be signed under Define Entertainment. I like to consider myself lucky because before that, my challenges mainly were about getting airplay, getting recognized as a female in a male dominated industry. Right now, it's still a bit hard because, take for example, on the C Hip Hop Awards, the nominees list, the categories, we only have the best female we only have females in the best female, and luckily we have Nikki on the best album categories. But we had collaborations us as females. There are newcomers out there, but still we don't get that recognition. So I think that's the only challenge that we'll have with us as females as a whole, generally. But personally, for now, I think things have been quiet. Well for me because being signed under a label, I get a team that supports me, that helps me to push my work. Airplay, I've been getting airplay, though not on all radio stations, but I think it's better than what it was before. So I don't need to like focus more on the challenges because right now I feel like I'm lucky.
All right.
Before that, it used to be very hard for me now.
All right. I forgot to say belated
Yeah.
happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and then on your birthday, you also did something special and released your
Oh,
four-track EP, Zerudo.
yes, it's zero though. I know. It's okay.
All right. Yeah. So let's get into Zerudo. Zerudo is a slow tempo. It's no longer the Sandoknamai, the Merit, the Nokakama kind of stuff. You've decided to cool it off on an R&B pop tip. What's the inspiration uh, of Zerudo the title, for example. Why is Zerudo? Why are you getting emotional now? And, and
Okay, so one thing that I loved about the previous album that I dropped was the
yeah,
feedback. Okay, people were really giving me feedback, be it bad or good. So I took that. I always take constructive criticism. So some people on that album were like, for sure, you've got a nice voice, you can sing. Why don't you try singing? Just like, singing is hard, guys, singing is hard. But people are like, no, you've got a nice voice. So first things first, it was the inspiration came from other people who were like giving me feedback on the previous album.
yeah,
Then I then this at the time I actually didn't write this EP. Like it was just flowing in my head. I think it's easy to do love songs, especially from what you have experienced before, because it just flows. You just like telling people your story. You don't think much into it. No much creativity is needed because you're just like telling your story. So it was this was inspired from the experience, what I experienced, my previous relationships and stuff like that, and a little bit twist on capability that it was just me being crazy, and I knew that people were going to relate that because you always know this generations of ours, the entanglements and everything like that. That's what people all about. So I just wanted to be crazy, and I just wanted to be that type of song that people could dance to because it has got this Afro pop vibe and stuff like that. So yeah, and it had to be a four-track EP because it was more of like I didn't want more tracks on it like what I did on the previous because
yeah.
soon I'll be working on an album. So this was just like, okay, I'm freshy. I'm not just a rapper. I'm an artist. I can do this also. So let me just drop a full track EP, R&B, and a little bit of Afro pop, just to get people to know that I'm not a rapper. I'm an artist. I can do it all, and I can also share my experiences. And I know some people are going to relate to that.
All right. It's been a few days after the release of Zerudo. How has it been received back home? And are you pushing it in SA in any way?
Yeah, back home I've been having problems with people who cannot access because for now it's on digital platforms,
Okay.
iTunes, Spotify. So I've heard people sending me screenshots of like Spotify, Haiti, Kuno, blah, Spotify, blah 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 blah. So that has been challenging back home. But here I've been getting people sending me screenshots, streaming the track on iTunes. Some even bought the EP. So I think today I'm going to upload it on Audio Mac so that we can it can actually reach more people because I know most people haven't listened to it, and people are also excited because I just released a trailer. Was a snippet for the promo video for the online visuals that we're dropping on Friday.
All right. So as an artist, how have you survived the pandemic, the COVID? Now, yes, things are beginning to open up, but how have you been doing it as an artist until this time?
It has been tough. It has been tough. I think it's a 50-50 situation. It has been tough in terms of shows because I knew here there are going to be better opportunities in terms of shows, but we didn't have those because of this lockdown thingy. But now things are opening up, so hopefully I'll be getting more gigs and stuff like that. But this lockdown thing has actually helped me to be uh, more present online. I never liked doing live Instagram videos or Facebook videos before because I was thought I'm just going to be live. What am I going to be saying and stuff like that? But I got to engage with my fans and got to engage new fans through those Instagram and Facebook live videos. So it was more like a win and loss situation. It's a 50-50. I won and lost something, but still, that's how it goes.
All right, nice. And what can your fans expect from you? What are you working on? Do we have anything that is coming up anytime soon while we are listening and kind of dancing to Zerudo?
Yeah, I'm going to drop visuals for all the tracks on
Okay.
the EP. 2 videos and 2 lyric videos and 2 videos. I'm not just going to release the songs on YouTube, just like ordinary audio and stuff like that. So there are 2 videos for YM Online and 2 visualizers for Cape Leader and Fanti. The challenge that I had with those 2 other songs is because the guys are back in Zimbabwe. So I think we'll have to shoot the videos later. But for now, I'm just gonna drop the lyric videos, the 2 videos, just to spice it up a bit.
All right. Yeah, talking on that, you worked with artists such as Chaga. What's the inspiration and who's Chaga? Where is he now? What
Okay,
sound or feel does he bring to your music?
okay, Chake is my label mate. We are all signed under Divine Entertainment.
Right.
Yeah, he does hip hop. What's the word? I forgot the word, but it's a mixture of all genres. He does trap, he does Afro dancehall, he does hip hop. So he just fused it in one. He can actually rap, but he can also do dancehall. He's a jack of all trades. So yeah.
All right. Yeah. I hope people will go out there and get Zerudo. I'm enjoying it. So where do we buy? Where do we buy Zerudo? Because I've been listening to it on Spotify.
Yes. Um. Right. I think it's there. It's there on iTunes.
Okay, on iTunes. All right. All right.
Yes. It's there on iTunes too.
All right.
So
Yeah. Thank you so much, Freshy. All the best with Zerudo.
thank you for having me.
All right. Yeah, this was King Boaz, and I was talking to the hip hop queen. She won the award at the Hip Hop Awards in 2019. All right. Cheers. Thanks. Bye.
Sure. Bye.
New voices amplified. earGROUND.